Strength through will is how we can reverse the perversion of values that have been instilled in you, in me, and all our brethren, insidiously through generations of ancestral oppression. Though it stood with as much superhuman endurance as anyone could, it left a deep impression. Invisible scars that have caused us to devolve into a state of unconsciousness so malignant, we've nearly forgotten we're not a problem to be solved. We always been the solution they seek to dissolve, with the illusion of ties that bind us to a system that blinds, of most vicious design, which is to free no man. Only together, through sharing of wisdom, can we heal the wounds of division, forever sealing that evil incision, and finally deprogram.
Welcome to the Deprogram Show. I'm your host, R.M.J.R. We got a very special guest in the building from Anderson, South Carolina, by way of Marietta, Georgia. We got your favorite Ark in the building, Beloved Daud. What's going on, my brother?
Man, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, man?
Man, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, man. I know you're a hard-working man. Let me get this straight. I think you about to drop your 21st project since, let me say this, since 2016. Am I correct?
Man, you correct, man. 20, number 21. I was only aiming for 12. Yeah, just kept going, man. Just kept, like that. You ever seen that Forrest Gump movie where he just said, I felt like running?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt like running, man. That's it. And
okay.
I'm on 20. Yeah, on 21.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question, because I noticed a theme maybe over the last 4. I could be wrong on the number, but I'm noticing it's like a sports theme over the last few.
Yeah.
Especially basketball. Let me put that out there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. We try to incorporate, what they like. It was basketball season. So basketball was in season. So we tried to keep things around popular things like the youth like around that time, kind of get them interested in a different wave too, but yet be able to push it into that market too. A real nice way to kind of slip some goodness in there. You know what I mean?
Okay. So the whole point was kind of tapping into what's going on and also pushing the message.
Absolutely. Stay relevant, and with the times.
Because honestly, man, I seen references to some old players, and I was like, man, maybe he used to be either a hooper or he was an avid basketball watcher. So that's what I was thinking. But the way you did it, hey man, I salute you.
Yeah, I did play a little basketball though, so it was easy to to find some players to play, kind of play that name off of stuff too. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I know you went into on Dirty Glove Bastards, you went in somewhat on how you got into faith. So let's start off with what did you specifically hear from, because you mentioned that you had a rough road and then you were seeking the truth. What did you specifically hear that let you know, hey, I'm on this and this is the truth?
Well, when the introduction, because I desired to do good, so I desired to know more what I heard. I heard it the first time, but it wasn't nothing that attracted me to it like that until I got with around somebody who was learned. Now, when I met him, what he was able to do, it wasn't one question. It was just, he was able to answer my series of questions that I had in my mind forever that needed to be answered to let me know that I was dealing with something more intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Than what people usually say, pray, ask, you'll get an answer. You know what I'm saying? I literally met a servant with some answers who said that they serve a particular power. And when he was able to answer my questions, I knew that it was serious. And he answered it like simply though. It wasn't like he had to dig in many books. He had to go to the mountains, get to, go to the oracles. Nah, he just answered it right on the spot. And see, that blew my mind. And I knew I needed the taste. It was just like that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's go into this. Do you remember maybe one or two of the questions and the answer that you asked him?
Well, I remember one question that I knew I was dealing with him with was it was about the immortality thing. You know what I'm saying? So I heard you live forever or everlasting life, things like that. So my question to him was, how could you obtain? Where is it? Does that exist? And can you obtain something like that? Is it obtainable? And he went into there and started to show how, yeah, it is a possibility. You know what I'm saying? And he showed at the beginning when men was living as trees, and then due to a way they had, how they started to live, and their lifespan began to be shorter. So that actually showed me that, oh, okay, it is this desire that I do have in me isn't imaginary. It can be obtained if I actually do what's required. Because I always felt like if you served a God that doesn't die, then why should the servant die if we gotta serve him?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if I choose to serve him and I be a good servant, then he would want my good service forever. Being that he makes life and he created life, I don't feel like that's impossible for him. Yeah, so I feel like that. And when it was, that concept is right there in the scriptures, that actually because he did stretch his hand out and said that it's some of you standing right here that shall not taste death. And he cannot be talking about those who were standing right there when he stretched his arm out and said it to them, because they have tasted death. Mm-hmm. So this book is talking to another audience, and it's talking to me. I felt it was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? It just resonated me like that. Yeah.
So are you familiar with, let's see, are you familiar with the term cemetery, like like in a deeper meaning?
No, go ahead. Give me the etymology on it.
All right, check this out. I don't want to, one of the meanings, I don't want to say the language because I don't want to be off, but absolutely, one of the meanings of cemetery is basically sleeping room. Mm-hmm. So for those who are connected to the Most High through Yeshua HaMashiach, mm-hmm, you won't actually, quote unquote, die. It's like a transition of sleep from one realm to another. And but again, everybody, if you're not connected to the vine,
that's right.
I'm gonna be real. You ain't connected to the vine. It's over with for you. Not that it's over with for you as a creation, because it's over with for you for as being connected to the Most High.
Right, just like a limb that maybe fall from a tree, it may still have its juice, its nutrients. It still may have a bud or two on it when it departs from that tree. But over a fast amount of time, you'll start to see it decay and actually rot out. But if it would have actually stayed connected to that tree, it would have lived just as long as that tree. Mm-hmm. See, like you saying, if we stayed connected, if our branches stayed connected to that tree or our, that vine, we would live just as long as that vine or that tree. Yeah, but the fact that we disconnect, that's why that's unachievable, because that's impossible without the Most High.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard you mention servant. So let's go into this. By the way, you and your brother, I don't want to mess the brother's name up, but I know it got Fleur in it.
Yeah, Script Fleur.
Absolutely. So I seen y'all on the Dirty Glove, and y'all also had on the Urban Servant gear. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think the company is called Urban Servant Official.
That's right.
So tap into where the name derived from.
Well, we wanted to make a make a fashion that fit. If you actually look at the acronym, it's us. So, and in Hebrew, we read from right to left. So it's really officially us. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So, so it's really officially us, urban servants. And what we saying is we are the servants in today's times. We do the same jobs as the servants did that were in the ancient time up until this time. We speak the word and we stand on it. We just look like you. But see, I always tell people, if you can't apply it to your life, what's the point?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't just put on the clothes if I can't perform. You know what I'm saying? So that's like if I put on a police uniform and somebody's in trouble, they're gonna expect me to do police work.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just bought the uniform because I thought I looked cool in it, that's false advertising. So the best way to get in with the sheep, man, is smell like them. You know what I'm saying? If you don't smell like the sheep, they're gonna neglect you. They're gonna know you're a wolf. See, that's why even a wolf has to put on sheep clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sheep are very smart. They don't even follow the shepherd who don't wear the fleece. Yeah, the point of the shepherd is to show the sheep how to get off all four and stand on two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we not animals, we men. That's actually a specific species. A male could resemble anything. You could be a male roach. You could be a male shrimp. You could be a male bird. But it's only one type of man. Only one type of man. That's one species. Okay. Yeah, so that's what we want to be. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this: Is the gear for sale, or is it only for those in the inner circle?
Oh no, the gear definitely for sale. If you go to 613 Splash.
Hold on. Cause I gotta get some, cause I gotta come out of this European work.
Okay, man. Yeah, we got some flavor on there too, man. Definitely for the
where I need to go?
You can go to 613splash.com.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Hey, and it got out. That's where you'll find all the latest gear and all the merch and all that stuff too.
Cause I'm on a mission to, like I stated earlier, come out of this European wardrobe and connecting with brothers, like-minded brothers, and seeing, hey, if I can spend what I make on this, I could definitely look more presentable to my people and help them and teach them all at the same time. This is what we own. I can't make you be on that, but this is what I'm on.
Absolutely. Because to you it was choice too. It was choice. Nobody forced you to accept the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's because you wanted to be set free. Some people don't want to be set free. They want to do what they do with that same conscience. They don't want to feel guilty. So to know will make you feel guilty. So if you start to reveal things to people, it'll start making them feel a type of way about themselves. That's how you know the Most High deals with a man internally. You know, something that he can't hide, he can't wash away. He can't run away from that situation. The more he stained him, because it's on his mind. What you record, it's like that's his private recorder, whether you don't like it or not, because it all belongs to him. So he gonna use the very device that he gave you to testify against you. And it says like your own eyes gonna testify against you, your own words, your own lips gonna testify against you. Yeah, you're not gonna need too many witnesses when you red-handed. Why? What's the red-handed result? You dead.
So
See, if you ain't now for the elders who lived a full life, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Doing being in the time that we in, where you seeing even in their time, men were dying young. You see us coming out them fields all the way up to the city, and we all still got that same lifespan. So when you see the elders up 100 years old, 90, 102, that's a blessing. And then they pass away, man, people can say, whoa, they lived a full life. But an 8-year-old in a crossfire, somebody died in a house fire with all their children. You seen the sister who lost all her children in a house fire, lost all 5 of her children at one time. Brother, that's we need some protection. You know, or your neighbor don't think about you. That fire probably wasn't even started by her. That probably was in somebody else's house who was being careless, and due to somebody else's carelessness, you lose all your babies. See, that's why we need to get some sense. That's why we need to get some sense out. Like you were saying at the first beginning, so they just don't know if you're not part of that fold, and what steals you is your behavior. You can't fake love the Most High. No. See, I hate fake love too. When people say they love me and they don't express it physically. They just express it verbally. But when it comes to doing the acts, they slothful. They lazy when it comes to loving me. But they quick to say it. See, that's what the Most High hate. We just so quick to say we love him, but so slothful, so lazy when it comes to serve. And it's easy to serve. That's because everybody think it's hard, and all it is love your neighbor as you would love yourself. If you know you don't eat that, why would you feed him that? If you know you wouldn't do that, why would you do it to him or her? That's easy. If I know right from wrong, I should just treat you right. Yeah. That's right.
So with this being the Deprogram Show, what do you think? My brother, shout out Uzi R, he called it the pump fake. I call it programming. What That's is right. The biggest program they putting on our people to keep us asleep? To try to anyway.
Media. The media, we have to combat against the media, man. We have to, for every bad sight they put on us, every bad jacket they put on us, we have to start broadcasting the good jackets. We got to combat them like that, because when we start to die openly in the street and nobody cares, everybody shrug their shoulders, you have desensitized the people to seeing a certain group pass away at this rate and speed. But at the same time, this particular group is acting wild. But see, nobody understands their frustration but they people. See, I know why you mad. I know what's going on. But see, if I don't go out there and talk to you, then who else will? If that man don't know that you just passionate and you're not really violent like that, he don't get that. He never dealt with you before. So he gonna pull his pistol out, bam, bam, bam. But see, we know Lil Holmes down there ain't got no, we know he ain't no trouble. He get drunk sometimes, but he don't mean no harm. Yeah. See, we know that. We gonna deal with him compassionate. But that's what we have to start doing, man. We have to get back in the community. But the media is what's killing us, because it's painting a fake narrative. It's painting a fake narrative. It's acting like we're the only ones doing the crime. We're the only ones hurting our own kind. That's untrue. Man, I'll be like, man, Spanish people are killing Spanish people in Spanish nations.
All the time.
That's not Spanish on Spanish crime. Yeah, I'm like, hey, I can't make this up, but the media gonna be more on you. Hey, but it's for a reason, because you extra special.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing that. You not. You not seeing that, and I know that's hard to understand, but it's like if your mom told you to do something, if your dad told you to do something, he ain't gonna, and you end up doing it with your friend, he ain't gonna whoop your friend. He definitely gonna whoop you though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even if your friend provoked you and that's how that, you still gonna get disciplined by your father. So you only getting disciplined because your father chose you. Yeah, them not his children. Although we want everybody to be the children. You know what I'm saying? His children do what he say.
Mm-hmm.
His children do what he say. That's how that's how the media programmers that science and all that other stuff is way more important and way more logical than the power. Than believing it's a power that's out there working. They just gotta see a giant hand, man, to know that the Most High. But if they seen a giant hand, I hope they don't think it's gonna do nothing least but then smack them. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't coming. It says that it ain't no peace coming into the earth. If people think it's gonna get better, it's not. We have to get better. Not the world not gonna get better. The people have to get better.
Absolutely.
That's right. Then when the people get better, then we can move on to changing the world. But the world gonna get worse until the people get better.
I always hear people talk about, especially our people, they always talk about, man, we need more resources. We need more resources. My comeback for that is you could have 1,000,000 resources, but you have the wrong mindset. Those resources are for nothing because you don't even know what to properly do with the resources if you have the wrong mindset.
That's the truth. That's right. That's nothing. That's void. That's as if it's nothing. That's You see what happened when we get them lottery earnings? It's gone to them. That they could, if it was so easy to make good decisions, then why everybody ain't making them?
Because it's not.
That's right. It's hard. It's hard to beat your own thoughts. See, that's the thing you wrestle against. That thing that tell you to do better, but you still keep them same habits. Slothfulness and becoming better. If you want to get better, you got to feed the person who you want to become. If you want to become more righteous, you have to do more righteous deeds. If you want to be a good person, you have to do more good deeds. If you want to be a healthy person, you have to do more healthy deeds. Like whatever you asking for, it takes work. Everybody want it to pop, snap in, but it takes work. So to be a representative of the Most High takes work because he doesn't accept everyone. If he tells you to prove a friend, you know he's going by the same method.
Absolutely.
That's right. You got to prove a man first. You got to go through something with a person to really know a person. Yeah, if we can't be broke together, we definitely can't be rich together.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's right. If we don't starve together, we ain't eating together. That's the mantra. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he feels. If you was ashamed of me,
I'll be ashamed of you.
That's right. That's right. Before my father. So, man, we hear why everybody think he down and he nothing, and this really ain't important. We gonna stand by him right now. So when it's time to stand up and everything get revealed, hey man, I get to stand on the side of him too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to think about that, man. I was once an underdog before. So to be an underdog, I understand that story. To not be believed and thought was special and told you was not gonna be nothing, or that you lied, or that, you know what I'm saying, you couldn't amount to these things. I was told that too. But it's only the Most High words that told me I was set apart and above all upon the earth, and special, apple of his eye. And I was made to be, we was made to be kings and priests and not niggas and hoods and slums.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I ever heard I could be something better than the nigga in the you know what I'm saying, the hood and the trapper and all that stuff. The first time I ever heard something outside of it. Only thing I ever heard was good man. But what is a good man?
Yeah. Most of our people, that's just being perfectly honest, never seen a good man model before them. And then I'm 38. Most of our people have also not seen, if you ain't seen a good man, 9 times out of 10, you ain't seen a relationship functioning properly. So if you ain't seen a good man, you ain't seen a relationship functioning properly, you haven't seen a functional family not according to the world, but according to the Most High.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm 38 too. I didn't have the pleasure to knowing my father. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have a pleasure to know him. So, at the same time, it wasn't something to destroy me because I'm here today.
Absolutely.
But it was actually something that actually enabled me to want to know. Because I feel if I was just given that example sometimes, we just set our mind that is good. That's the best example. But not having one at all, it actually enabled me to compare, contrast. You know what I'm saying? Sift through things in life. Like I was never one to just go for anything. So when you know what I'm saying? So I didn't need no dad. Not having one in, seeing my mom and all the stuff, by the time that stuff got over with, man, I ain't need no dad. You just needed support or some information. So I can't say that I can't say I didn't learn a lot from being out there. Because I would be lying. I'll definitely be lying, because you'll realize, man, coming into the scriptures, it tells you to actually be witty as serpents, but harmless as doves.
Absolutely.
So if I was never out there finessing, if I was never out there in the woo, then I would never be able to, keep myself out of danger, out the way from being finessed or overtaken by some words.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm appreciative of both, but on both ends. On both ends. You know what I'm saying? To be able to live through it and be able to tell my story.
Yeah.
And able to redeem my actions.
Yeah, that's powerful. Because, man, honestly, man, I grew up with my father. My father passed when I was, 14. But I honestly had a conversation with my mother, because I'm going to be honest. I was going to go on the attack of older men, and my mother sit me down. She said, son, listen, it really wouldn't be, she didn't say it in these words, but she made me understand it in these terms. It really wouldn't be beneficial for you to do that, because let's be honest. Yeah, your father knew what he knew to a certain extent, but he didn't have his father. And most of his friends didn't have their father. So it goes past just your father's age group. It goes back to, okay, their fathers and their fathers and their fathers. So somebody has to set the example. So the Most High put it on my heart, me being a man who stand on principles. When you think of a lollipop, you think of either something sweet or something childish.
That's right.
So the Most High put it on my heart to come up with a saying called the lollipop tendencies. And in the lollipop tendencies, I'm saying, okay, when you're a boy, you on this level. But once you're a man, you get rid of all lollipop tendencies, from how you are emotionally, how you are physically, how you are mentally, and how you are spiritually. But a lot of quote unquote males, when you're doing the work of the Most High, they take offense to certain things, which is fine. When you're doing the work of the Most High, everybody's not going to like the work, but somebody got to do it. Whether I do it or not, I'm just being obedient, but somebody got to do it. Like I made a statement, if a man, now I'm talking about a man, if a man has a son and the son's mother has to take him to the barber shop or get groomed, then that man who's not fulfilling his duty has lollipop tendencies. And all I'm saying is, look, let's be men. Let's put away the childish things. The childish things in this instant will represent the lollipop. You don't see no grown man walking around holding lollipops, licking on lollipops. That's reserved for a child.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And see, that's what the scriptures is about, being a man. See, if you ain't a man, you can't maintain that. You're gonna worry about everything other than taking care of your priorities. Absolutely. And your responsibilities. So you go into the law, you say the law done away with. What they did was tell you that you being an owner is done away with. Because all the law teaches you how to do is deal with your property and your things amongst your people. You would be an owner, how to handle your land, how to deal with it through 7 years, how to deal with it over the years, when to let it rest, when to pick from it, how to deal with your cattle, what to present before the Most High. He never wanted nothing but one time annually. It teaches you how to literally stay full and maintain if your appetite wasn't insatiable. If you don't like, you shouldn't like lamb chops every day, or you're not gonna have lamb. You know what I'm saying? So we should think. That's like you said, take the childish ways out of there. I want what I want when I want, or throw a fit because I can't have it.
Absolutely.
When I brought it on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like all he's trying to show us is what you saying. We have to become men. We gotta stop being boys. It's the only way we're gonna come with resolutions. Boys, if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. If he talk about my mom, I'm gonna talk about his mom. If you do this, nah, man. We should be able to reason. As men, we should be able to reason. We should come together on intelligence. On intelligence first. We should not come to you trying to hurt you, knowing that you got children to feed, a wife to, protect, all these things. So if you offer work, the scriptures literally say that I would have to pay your doctor bills and the portion of your rent. Because I couldn't reason with you, my brother. I had to punch you out, stomp you out, and put you in the hospital for months. You sipping out of tubes. Now, if this was our part, if we were in power, then we would actually punish you. If that man didn't die, you would definitely have to pay all of his bills. You would definitely have to take care of his family until he was healed. If he took his cane and back, then they would acquit you of all charges. But if that man would have died, they were gonna kill you too. Because we should be able to reason with each other. Then to get all emotional and start using our strength. Our strength ain't to use against each other. We fight in the same army. We soldiers in the same army.
Absolutely.
Every time we lose one of us, we lost a soldier in the army. That's right.
And what I've noticed, man, what the media and what they're programming us to see is the things that they say represents masculinity or manhood really represents effeminate males. So let's be honest. You got your thug, you got your gangster, you got your drug dealer. We gonna just mention those three. And if you get offended, anybody get offended, once I say what I gotta say, but based on the Most High, then that's on you. But let's deal with the thug. The thug is, oh, like you said earlier, you do something to me, I gotta do something to you. Again, where's the conflict resolution? Where is the thinking? Then you got your gangster. I can't let nobody play with me. And I'm so programmed to only hurt my brothers. What good is that? It's to a point to where you used to have in the 50s and 60s, you used to have what they used to call the Ku Klux Klan. Now they're not needed because we've been further brainwashed. Let's just kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
I want my respect at all costs, which really you have no respect at all because you further helping the genocide of your own brother.
That's right.
Then you have the drug dealer who've been blinded by money. Now, any male or female who can sell drugs could run a business. So instead of taking those skills to really manage something properly, I'm going to push this poison to my people. Because let's be honest, you kill where you live, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. Now you got the pharmaceuticals, which is pushing this magic, and that's what sorcery is. That's why you got the little, I don't forgot the name, the proper name of the little thing with the mallet in it. But what it is you hear, you got your mollies and things of that nature. And once our people take this stuff, they really taking on demonic spirits. But that's what's pushed through the entertainment. You hear your favorite rapper. Oh, I'm on this, I'm on that. And I tell people all the time, even with alcohol, next time you drive by any quote unquote liquor store, what's on the top? 9 times out of 10 is wine and what?
Spirits.
So they telling you, okay, you think this a good spirit that you putting in your body that alters your mind? Come on, man.
They not, and they not gonna tell you that. And when somebody do tell you, they seem crazy because a person say, like you just said. Now my brother just said what he felt about dope dealer, but since I'm no longer a dope dealer, that don't joke me. I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
Because now I own a business. I own a few businesses. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm okay. So it's not like you lying. You're not lying at all. Like that's what used to go on. And it's not the first time I ever heard that, but it's literally like the truth. Whatever we put our energy into, we're gonna have to be judged by that too. So if I did that job, I can't say because I was stealing or robbing, I'm not a robber. I was just doing it to eat. So doing it to eat justifies my cause of being a robber. It doesn't, because you shouldn't be a robber. You could have actually went and worked hard for that money to prevent getting to the mindset to where you felt you had to rob someone. See, it's all about that preventative living. I work hard today, so tomorrow I don't have to starve or break my neck or go rob somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to, it's preventative living. So you lazy, if you sleeping, you got to know that you're going to run into that situation. But if you up working, you will never run into a hard day because you're working to achieve that reward to ensure that you won't be living a hard day. But if you lay there though, lay there long enough, Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. You're gonna run into that situation every single time. It says just a little folding of the hands, and a man ends up in poverty. Just a little folding of the hands. It may be a week, and you done lost everything you had within a week because you realize that it costs to live. Breathing ain't free. You getting taxed for that right now. You get taxed for it because they want it at the end of the year.
They gotta have it.
That's right. You ain't here for free, man. Hey, if you a bad worker, you unproductive, all these things, that's written on your file. Yeah. That's written on your file. We got perfectly good bodies, but we perfectly healthy, but we take medicine. That don't sound right. But like you said, since the music and my favorite rapper talking about it, maybe it'll make me feel good. My favorite rapper talking about his pain. Now his pain is my pain. And I'ma just sit with him. See, when another person give you another remedy that don't take you exposing your mind to these drugs because it opens you up, that's your most valuable, most precious place, your mind. When people get in your mind, they tend to get you to do things, convince you to do things you would never do. So when you open the door to certain spirits and try to trust things, sometimes when you don't go easy, you gotta go hard. But if you would have never invited that guest, it would have never overtook you, would have never had the power. So when we start to take these drugs, it started to make us consider things we wouldn't. Like you see a person jump on top of a building because he believed he could fly like a bird. What convinced him to do that? Knowing he ain't got no feathers. See, this is the stuff where people say, when you saying what you saying, it ain't far-fetched. Okay, so what other than something spiritual made him feel he could fly? Up until he took that drug, why didn't he jump off a building then?
Facts.
That's right. So, okay, brother and sister went into the club sober. After the club, many drinks, 8 people get shot, gunned down. Okay, you think that was a sober-minded person?
Absolutely not.
It wasn't, man. We just came in here cool. Yeah, after many of those spirit shots, you see how people change up. It makes some fathers abusive, some mothers abusive. You know what I'm saying? That thing changes lives, man. What you saying? How can somebody with so much life in their eyes and so much hope give it up for that bottle? Come on, man. You saying the right stuff. It's just they not taking it in because they think this stuff is galactical. No, it's not. Life is in your blood. Don't you yearn for something? Don't your appetite? See, when your appetite need to be fulfilled, that's in your blood. You'll put that in your stream. It only wants to eat pork because you gave it pork. If you train it not to eat pork, it won't even desire it. You will notice that you won't even like it no.
What's interesting, since you said that, I remember I used to love honey buns. Love them. I used to love them. So I conditioned my mind one time. I give part of my testimony. I think I was incarcerated at the time. So I'm trying to work out. I ain't never had a 6-pack in my life at this time. So I'm doing setups and everything. But when I go to commissary, I want my honey bun. So one of the dudes in the dorm room, he said, "Hey, man, well, actually, let me tell the truth. Actually, after I got out, I was working at this place, and a dude who studied nutrition, I was still eating honey buns at the time because my whole time incarcerated, I was eating them. So I'm telling him, man, I be working out, man. I want this 6-pack. He said, "You want a 6-pack? eating that. He said, man, that's a six-pack killer. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, man, you will never get a six-pack eating them. So I said, for real? So I stopped eating the honey buns and kept working out, and quick, I had never had a six-pack in my life. So I'll never forget the next time I tried to eat a honey bun, I was like, man, I don't want this.
That's
And
right.
it wasn't just because of the six-pack thing. It was just because I understood after I had what they quote unquote call fast from it, I didn't even really like it. I was conditioned to like it. Now I had got quote unquote diagnosed with Crohn's disease.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been taught your food should be your medicine. So when they tried to put me on their medicine, it really had the same side effects as the Crohn's. So I'm like, let me think about this. The Most High gave me an able body and an able mind. I was like, hold up. You mean to tell me you want me to pay you, the pharmaceutical company, money so I can have the quote unquote same side effects I'm having by not paying you? Nah, I'm going to pass. So what I started to do, I started to study my body. And in result of that, I actually became a vegan. But let me be truthful, since I brought up the word vegan. Men especially have to watch their soy consumption, because soy really gives you what they call erectile dysfunction if you consume too much of it. And to be honest, my brother, that's why now they're pushing veganism, because they want, just like homosexuality and all these things, they want to kill the reproductive system. And now they're doing it in a dietary way. Because most people think about this. If you condition to eat meat, and they say vegan, 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 what you gonna run to? The quote unquote vegan meat. Because you program. Now, the world is being depopulated through your diet, and you not even aware to know, hey, this what's going on. So they hit, that's another, like my brother Uzi all say, that's another pump fake.
I've been plant-based about 3 years. But I actually done got into I make our own protein though. So I make our own protein, a little wash flour. I may do some wash flour protein, but we don't use soy at all.
That's
don't
great.
Use soy at all. No soy. More like some flour though. I do use flour if I do want to get that meat as a side, because I can do that wash flour on chicken, beef. Yeah, man, crumbles, whatever you need, ribs.
So you got that chef game going, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, I know what you're saying about just going about that bag meat, man. That bag meat, hey, done for. Yes, sir.
And that's why, for all y'all who watch this, that's why your favorite musician, your favorite actor, your favorite whatever, that's why they saying, hey man, try vegan. Go on and let's be a vegan. That's why they got your Snoop Dogs, your Jay-Z saying, hey, let's go plant-based. Cause they know you ain't finna do like my brother and make your own. You finna run straight to the kill zone, which I call the grocery store, and get they processed soy meat, which is going to handle what it's supposed to handle. Now, you might not be gay, but this going to serve the same purpose, because we want to stop reproduction. All about deprogramming. And it's all about we're all about programming and depopulating the earth, which is really against the will of the Most High.
That's right. That's right. And you better know it. Laziness, like we just said, bro. Laziness. When we don't want to come together, open businesses, we don't want to do this. When we got these skill sets, we don't want to offer our services. to the people, you know what I'm saying, pro bono, because we don't know about just going out there. The first thing I learned about just being out there, that's why I said some ways, is anytime you got something new in, you went out there and you gave people a taste. And when you gave them a taste, they were so good to them, they had to come see you again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this time it got a price on it, but they not gonna mind paying the price if they can get that same feel. See, we don't go out there and give those free samples first and then let them taste and be like, oh, because see, if you go feed a man while he's hungry, I done had some of my best meals and I ate twice and it really wasn't like that. But when I was hungry though, a bag of Doritos tastes like a steak and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if you see a man, he out there hungry and this is the way that kind of fed him, and y'all come out there for a while, that's probably what they gonna start taking on to. But we letting our people get served this processed food, fast food. People opening up these services in the neighborhood, and our people going to eat it. These grocery stores get this, but we can open our own supermarkets where we sell our own bag stuff with vegetables already pre-cut for them and everything. We know they don't like it. So if we actually got some supermarket where we can actually cut it up for them, get right there. They love convenience. Yeah. See, we just don't think we the best to know our people. Why we don't go sell to them? They had to do experimenting. We been dealing with these folks. Yeah. It just we don't see. This is the thing. Why would I have to put black owned on my building? I'm just gonna put grocery store. If I put grocery store, now every patron gonna come shop with me.
Mm-hmm.
If I put black owned, it might stop Andy, it might stop Sue Young, it might stop Babatunde from coming to shop with me because I just put black owned. But if I just put grocery store, if a man hungry, he gonna come see.
But you know what's interesting about that, man? And I'm pretty sure you even encountered this. Once you put black on, believe it or not, black people don't want to support you. You'll get your Andys, your Johns, your Sallys. They'll come in there and patronize you before your own people because of the conditioning.
That's right. And see, if you don't put it on there, everybody gonna come shop.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Somebody just want to make. If you went in there and you sold your pickles for $15, it's for the fact that somebody want to say, I paid $15 for mine, and only thing you went was to that spot, got the same pickles and put it in a different jar. Mm-hmm. Our people just programmed, like you say, they just programmed to be a certain way with each other. You ain't eating real pickles. You ain't paid $15 for it.
It's almost like, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, and that got us fighting. That actually got us fighting.
One of the craziest things a person could see, especially in our community, is when the J's come out. It's like, man, I ain't got no ticket, man, blah, 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 blah. And then it's crazy. When we was coming up, you could get some J's about $154.
That's right.
And then you be out the door. Now, I said, hold up. Let me get this straight. The programming for MJ, Michael Jordan, is so tough that not only you say you sold the shoes to me for $154, that's tax and all back then. Now you coming back, oh, these are 200 plus. And it's less quality than what we got for $154.
Now we still got them.
Some people. But they say, nah, them old, man. I'm so programmed. I got the old ones and the new ones.
That's crazy. See, and that's why I'm saying that's what got us fighting each other right there. You not at a certain state. Though we all poor. You know what I'm saying? Those shoes change our status. Them pair of Jordans change your status. You got some real paper you wearing Jordan. Man, nobody with paper wearing Jordans.
Not really, for real.
Nah, that's that's not no office wear or nothing like that. That's athletic wear. Yeah, like, man, they know who to target. And we got the most spending power, but don't spend it on nothing but what you just said. Things that don't reap anything. No longevity, no, you know what I'm saying, no bonus. Nobody else can get blessed off of it. See, it's just, and then who knows how long them even gonna last with you.
Man, you know what I noticed about like sports, and people don't understand this. Maybe you heard it, maybe you ain't. We have been conditioned to be, okay, if you want to be great as a young black male, we just gonna focus on, or a young quote unquote Hebrew. If you don't know, I'm giving you some game, do your research. But what they've trained us to do, they're really training us for war. So athletics is really training you to be a warrior. And then, okay, I want to be in the NBA. So I'm going to run, I'm going to do all this training, all this. So you so physically fit, but if it's not in the most highest card for you to get close to the NBA, you're going to do two things. you in tip-top shape. So you're going to either become a criminal or you're going to go to the military since your sports dreams didn't work out. And even with that, in sports, let's be honest, man. Do people really deserve millions of dollars for shooting a ball or running? What it is, it's the brainwashing of the people is what get them millions of dollars. And I ain't saying they ain't got a skill, but how many people you know, if them same quote unquote professional athletes came to them, they'll quote unquote wax them or embarrass them in their sport of choice. And you be like, man, why this dude ain't in there? What it is if you ain't playing the politic game, you ain't with the brainwashing, so we got to send you overseas. You ain't with the brainwashing, so we're not even going to give you a chance.
That's right. That's right. But see, we fall into that, man. It's
of course.
The most high, like, those who, if you just give me a shot, anybody who not, I'll let you in. It'll always answer. If you want to come over here, I'm gonna always answer. But we'll rather go knock on the NBA door that accepts one out of a certain amount of million to even get in there. So you gonna take a impossibility when you could have just got great with a possibility. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, bro. A man, what he do, bro? You dunk the leather ball. You got in tip top shape to go dunk a ball. Right. We get it. Like you said, it's not worth $1 million to me, but at the same time, it has became a market to where people are like zombies to it. So they can pay those players and certain things like that because people have tend to idolize the sport. You know what I'm saying? But see, what we have to do also when we say do right or be righteous or be good men, we have to give arenas, not like physical arenas, but we have to literally show people the success from being a good man.
Absolutely.
If we're not able to make goodness look good, we can't get mad that they make what they do look good. You know what I'm saying? So we have to literally actually take notes that, hey, yeah, those guys are dunking in those small shorts. They're actually taking care of their families. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk about them all day, but we're gonna have to be able to match their energy. You know what I'm saying? Because our young brothers want to be NBA stars and not righteous men. You know what I'm saying? So we got a little work to do.
My thing with that is this just me. And I normally speak on behalf of, but now I'm talking for me. This is my thing. And you tell me what you think about this. This is what I call the social experiment on the Deprogram Show. This is actually, you are the first person that I'm even doing this segment with. It's called the social experiment. So check this out. Now you got your NBA player. You got your LeBron James, your Michael Jordans, your Kareems or whatever. Okay. Why 10 of them dudes, I'm just asking, why 10 of them dudes can't get together? They might be small. If Ice Cube, but he had European help. But why 10 millionaires don't get together and start their own league? Listen, because we are the draw. Let's be honest. They really ain't going to see no Europeans. No disrespect. They coming to see us. They coming to see Zion. They coming to see LeBron. Why 10 of them dudes, 5 or 10 of them, don't say, hey, let's start our own league?
Yeah, you got to know that that's probably in contract, because if let's say if the tables was turned and we owned ours, yeah, I know how much I'm paying you. You better not go start a league with my money. You know what I'm saying? That's probably in their contract, and that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Because if I owned the league too, and I paid you that much, you better not go start your own league over there. I'm gonna tear everything up too. I'm gonna kick y'all little gym over too. Yeah. That's probably why. But on another note though, maybe not a league, but go help the the bottom. Like even with basketball, like you start maybe not a big league, but a league around the way that offer some rewards. Like you saying, yeah, big facts. Like something that do play basketball, grant little accolades or something they can get from it. Yeah, I think LeBron opened a school or something.
Man, listen, man. Check this out. See, I think LeBron could hoop or whatever, but let's be honest, man. The school is really not LeBron's. How can I? Now they gonna use my name if I'm LeBron James. Yeah, you could use my name. I promise and all that. That's part of the programming. Now I ain't gonna give everybody. If you really go really look and see, is that LeBron James school? He's just a face. Now they'll let you tie into a school because a school is part of the system which indoctrinates you, not educates you, but indoctrinates you.
That's right.
So you can start a school, fine, start all the schools you want. But in that school, we're not going to teach you who you really are. We're not going to teach you conflict resolution. We're not going to teach you things to start and maintain a business so that you can have wealth for your people. We're not going to teach you true spirituality and teach you the difference between an evil spirit and a good spirit. No, all right, go on and get you a little reading, math, and arithmetic, as they call it, and keep being programmed.
That's right.
So that's just my tidbit on that for the social experiment. And you actually gave an excellent answer. I've been telling people your answer for years, but I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear your explanation. Because man, Because it makes perfect sense exactly what you said.
Yeah, that's with some things we just have to just get out the way. We ain't even equipped to even stop that. You know what I'm saying? And the way of thinking, comes from perspective. So what you think about, the next man isn't. You know what I'm saying? So if a man is, like I always tell somebody, to have millions and millions of dollars, man, that's actually a task too, because you gotta hold on to it.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but the point of having it, if you had it with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding intact, you'll be able to properly distribute leniency and compassion. Everybody doesn't deserve a buck, and everything isn't a good buy. But you would start to, like you were saying, get it. Let's say, like, raise up the stock of the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you start to add to it. Do something that will be more visible for the people, other than that's not his, because that's not helping his. I know exactly what you're saying.
So let's get off the social experiment. Let's go to the music, because you in your music, from I think I heard maybe 3 or 4 of your projects. One of the things, let me ask you first, because once our transition, I did music before, and then I started to do it again. But this is what I ran across. I was quote unquote doing a song at they call it a performance. So I feel like the Most High laid a heavy message on my heart to give to the people. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So as I'm rapping the song, the beat hard, so they getting lost in the beat. This is what goes on in my mind. Now I'm finishing the song, but I got off the platform or they stage, and I told my wife, I was like, no. She said, what's wrong? I said, they not listening to what I'm saying. They just like, man, that beat riding, man, that beat riding. And I'm like, at that point, I went and studied what entertainment is. And I was like, at this point, in this fashion, I can't do it no more. This just me. I salute those who do. I got a passion for it. I even help somebody do it, but I can't do it no more, because really, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, entertainment really comes from the slave entertaining his slave master. So I'm like, my mindset, this is just me. I'm no longer a slave. I know other ways to teach, because that's what my goal was. I'm like, all right, to those who gonna do it, I can't do it. I salute them. Then what really helped me, now I listen to music, and when you hear this foolishness, and then when I came across, I never forget when I interviewed R.M.J.R, I knew him as Slick Puller. So I'm like, okay. Then when he got on Beehive, I was like, oh, so now I know why the spirit of the Ruach was drawing me to him. I didn't even know he was on the same type of time I was on. Exactly the same type of time. So I said, oh, I definitely got to reach out and at least try. And my brother obliged, and we did an interview. And because I'm connecting this all together, and coming across him, he said, man, like we building a relationship, he told me about you. And I listened to the Scripture of Truth and heard the song. I was like, so man, let me go check out bro music. And what I like about your music is it has the vibe of the new wave, but it has the message in it. Now I understand, for me, I couldn't do it, but I salute you, because I understand They might not have got it right then. Well, once some people gonna end up like, okay, let me listen to these words. Oh, this is what he talking about. It might took me 2 to 3 years to get on what he talking about. So for you, man, what did the Most High put on your heart to say, hey, you gotta give my message through this music? Because me personally, I was like, I'm gonna give the message, but the Most High knew, hey, you more effective over here.
That's right. Well, I had quit music. Now I had stopped doing music. I had actually said, man, I'm through with music. If I ain't got no message, I ain't even gonna mess with music. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a real thick background in that music too. So giving it up wasn't so easy. So it ain't like I didn't have something going on. And
it was definitely a struggle for me too. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So I stopped doing music as soon as I got say, well, if I ain't got nothing to say, according to this, I ain't even gonna say it because I'm not gonna tempt myself. So, and if I wouldn't want to listen to it, I wouldn't let nobody else listen. So after a while, it was about like 3 years. So about 3 years, it took me to, I didn't touch music. I ain't touch it for 3 years. And then I came back, then kind of got inspired. So I started working on the style for 3 years.
Hold up, you worked on the style for 3 years?
3 years. Yeah, I worked on the style 3 years before I presented it. Yeah, before I presented it. So I worked on it 3. And I remember the first record I played was Heaven Knows to this DJ. And he screamed over the music. And when he ran down to me, he was like, so bro, you mixing conscious with the trap. You about to kill him, bro. So that was like my first feedback from it. So that gave me some energy. And then I took it to this spot called the Apache Cafe. It's real popular out in the A. A real historical part too. Everybody done been up in there doing their little spoken words and, neo soul singing, rapping side. So I went up in there, man, and got a crazy response. So it it was the people embracing it is what made me keep going, because it was really like a trial for me though. I didn't think that it would touch as many people as it's touching right now. You know what I'm saying? I never had that in mind. I was just promising the Most High, put out 12 at least. I wouldn't even play, just do that, because like you said, I really wanted to just go into the speaking. Yeah, minus all the dancing and the rapping and all that. But if it's gonna open the door for them to get better, I'll go ahead and dance for the royal class. But my people is who I consider royal though. I don't do no buck dancing for nothing else. I do it all for the people, man. Yeah, so to show them what a good man can be rewarded too. A good man can be rewarded too. And if you talk what's on your heart, people will listen. You ain't gotta always give people what they want to hear. All you gotta do is give people what they need. But nobody complains if I get hurt and I need to die and I go to the doctor. The doctor was needed, but if it was closed, it would have been upset. He would have been upset. So I make this music it's for when you done living the way you living, then I'm needed. The hospital open even when you healthy, but you don't need it till you sick. So this thing is always open, but they ain't gonna need me till they sick. So they ain't sick enough yet. But and I'm staying open.
It's good you understand that.
That's right.
So let me ask you this, man. Cause I don't know if nobody ever asked you this. The name Beloved Daud. For the people, man. Give the people why the Most High gave you the name Beloved Daud.
Okay, Daud was one of them. When I was presented with what name I wanted to take on, I asked about King David. because when during my times of like incarceration and stuff like that, that's who I actually went to, the David story, because he always talked about, you know, his haters and how the world seemed to be against him and how the walls seemed to be closing in on him. How he felt so alone at times when he was going through his struggles, but it was always this thing in his spirit, you know what I'm saying? This tingling in his spirit, and it was, you know what I'm saying, with the Most High. So they told me his name was Daud. Now his name, it means beloved son, ruled by Yah. But so I took the English version of the name and the Hebrew version of the name, and I just put them together.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So when they ask me what Daud mean, I just tell them beloved. So it's really beloved.
Yeah, that's dope.
Sir.
So let me ask you this. You always say on all your, when the song come on, I know what I'm gonna hear, cause I ain't not heard it yet. Explain it's your favorite arc.
Okay, yeah, well, the word, you know, that's brother in Hebrew.
Absolutely.
And all I say, man, I'll be like, I'm your favorite arc. It doesn't matter if I'm your favorite arc to hate, favorite arc to love, favorite arc to watch. I just try to be your favorite arc. You know what I'm saying? And that's in a good way though. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, something that you pick up. At first, it made a lot of folks upset. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess they felt like they was the favorite too. You know what I'm saying? And like you said though, it's infotainment, because if I say it's your favorite op, and people be like, favorite op? What is op? See,
you gotta go look it up.
That's right. It gives the conversation, so it starts the conversation. So it's all, you always try to put things out there that urge people to ask the questions, like they kind of just catch somebody. If it's your favorite, who? And then people start taking it on, man. It's people out there saying, "Nah, it's your favorite cook. It's your favorite. You know what I'm saying? It's your favorite sister. It's your favorite cleaner." You know what I'm saying? So it done took on a lot. You know, a lot of folks don't say shout out, but I do see it, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of the culture. You know that.
That's right. Yeah, man. So it's just your favorite brother. So I'm gonna always be your favorite brother. You need a brother to call, lean on, always, you know what I'm saying, willing to help. I'm always be your brother. It's your favorite brother.
Yeah, because I was like, man, that's dope. I knew what it meant, but I was like, the way he's saying it and how okay, I get it. I was like, okay, I get it. But I had to ask the question, because have anybody asked you that ever?
Nah, they don't really ask me that. They just, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, but they do talk about it. It's your favorite. They might say it like, it's your favorite. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I definitely appreciate all the love. See, man, stuff like this is what keep me going, because it's not the money that I'm looking for. See, I don't get any gratification off of $1 I get, you know, from anything that I do. You know, only thing I want for, you know, I do is like X times. I gotta go do different things because I'm away from my family. You know what I'm saying? So other than that though, man, nah, I'm a willing vessel to deliver what was freely given to me. You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity to say something good, do something good, you know, be a light, or even just come support my brother platform, definitely with that. Yes, sir.
So one of my last questions. What inspired your beard? I know about mine, but this ain't about me. This about my brother. What inspired the beard?
Man, well, you know, before I came into that truth, now I did have a goatee and you know what I mean? So when I did get into the facts, it was like, it wasn't the fact that it was like the razor shouldn't come upon my face or my beard. it was the reason why it shouldn't. Because the beard was a badge of dignity. It was the sign that a boy was a man.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'm gonna let my beard grow because I'm a man. I ain't no boy. Only one running around with a bald face is a woman and a little boy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I done told other people, but I'm gonna tell you how I came across the beard. Cause I'm gonna be honest. At first, I would rock my little goatee or whatever. My wife, she was like, "Baby, you'll look good with a beard." I said, "For real?" I said, "Man, let me try it." So once I grew it, and I kept studying the scripture. I was like, "Oh, if the Most High let me keep it, I ain't never." Now I get, you know what I'm saying, do whatever the little I maintain it, but I ain't cutting it unless if it just fall out, it fall out. But like I'm like, oh, this deep. This really represents who I am as a man, and it represents my people.
That's right.
So I'm like, oh, and I didn't even know at the time that my wife was helping urge me into the truth. So I'm studying the scripture, and I was like, oh. So people be like, man, why you got a beard? I said, look, man, this is why I started, but this is why I keep it in honor of the Most High and me recognizing who I am.
That's right. That's right. And you know what, man? And what makes it true, man? Because when everybody say my name or definitely say they recognize, they talk about the beard.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, with the white beard, yeah, they don't even know. I'm like, you know, some people think I'm like 50, 60 years old, man, no cap. Because of the white. I'm like, man, that's from what you give up.
Yeah.
The only time your hair go white is when you give up the ghost, or when you old and you have gave up all them years. See, when you give up real love, real energy, you give up all of that. That stuff leave from you for real, because you go back and read your scriptures and study yours to refill, because other people can't. They don't go read, they don't know where it's at, and you don't mind going out there every morning to disperse it for free. Mm-hmm. Every day you don't mind dispersing what you have studied, what you have went and made, you know what I'm saying, made yourself approved and give them for absolutely nothing. And they never think that's, you know what I'm saying, never think nothing of it, because people don't know you giving something up. But this is a token of it, you know what I'm saying? And being at a young age and all that stuff too, you gotta really give it up. Yeah, really give it up, man. And that's all that it is.
Because I used to trip, man. I ain't gonna lie, I used to trip. Because I got some grays. It ain't all the way, it's coming, but it ain't all the way there. I was like, hold up. Man, I'm gray.
That's right. That's right.
So then I accepted, hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, this part of the assignment. So hey, I ain't tripping on no hair, but I was like, hey, it was kind of comical to me, because the Most High was saying, hey, you gonna look the way I want you to look, not how you want to look.
That's right. That's right. Well, I tell people, period, man, this the worst it get right here. I'm good with this. Yeah. If this the worst it get, I'm good with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm super good with this. But to the mother folks, man, whoa, it's gonna get crazy out here without that Gillette. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy without that Gillette.
Let me ask you this though. Have you, cause I be around, I be around Europeans. And Europeans, they feel a certain type of way when they see a brother with a beard. And I was like, I know why, but I was like, oh, this is hilarious, because I'm seeing the truth unfold. And I'm like, but y'all see y'all with y'all little beards, but we always the focal point. Like, it's always a joke about the beard. And I'm like, y'all just can't help y'allself. Hey, you ever encountered that, man?
Yeah, I have I ain't been on no, like, I probably been off of, I ain't worked no job in like, since like '09. Yeah, so I've been going.
You
So
with the family for real, for real.
yeah. So, but when I was out there, I did get that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I tried to grow. I tried to grow. Mine was through in the winter. I had to try to grow it every winter. And the fact that I was growing it every winter and chop it off, they would be cool with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as long as I was swiping it though. But like you said, yeah, they used to look at it and, look upon where you were, feel intimidated, so like that. Yeah. But I don't know why. I still
Huh?
don't know. I still didn't know why.
You know why now?
I do know now. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I ain't
Definitely
gonna get it, people. If you don't know, do your research. We can't give you everything,
Yeah,
man.
nah. I definitely knew. I definitely know now. But then, see, that's the only time I was really working for a force is when I didn't have no sense.
Yeah.
Once I started to understand that I came from a part where I didn't want no job. I was only working because I had got a little more responsibility.
Yeah.
So being that I had did that, you know what I'm saying, I seen the laborious part of it. I didn't really want to do that though, you know what I'm saying? So literally like not working and being able to earn for myself, that's what I wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah. That's always the goal. It should be anyway to those who have, because some people cool with being a worker, but hey,
yeah,
that's on. I'm not gonna knock it because I understand that everybody, to be honest, everybody don't have the capacity. But me personally, I'm really cool on it. I'm really transitioning into another phase, but I gotta accept the assignment where I'm at right now. But that don't mean I gotta stay here, but I do accept where I'm at.
That's right. Yeah, I can't. I'm a bad employee. Yeah, I'm bad. I might wake up and not want to come, all type of stuff. Yeah, so and that's crazy because we get called lazy because we don't want to come do his work.
Now we want to do, to be honest, we yearn to do the work of the Most High once we come into a knowledge of the truth. So that's why who want to, let's be honest, who want to go to a job every day that you, especially when you know what's going on, you're like, man, hold up, man. I know what I'm, especially when you can narrow it down. Oh, this is what I'm bringing in, but this is what you paying me. And you also insult my intelligence. Man, you think I really want to be here? No,
Man,
not me.
You can't tell me my hour is worth some 17 or 18 hours an hour. That's 60 minutes. Man, no, I can't give you that for that. Do you remember the application? See, I tell my little brothers, but I say, bro, when I was young and about to go into the workforce, bro, they used to ask you how much do you want to make on the application. It never gave you a specified number. It asked you how much do you want to make, and they matched you, or either said, we could do this.
Yeah, it was a negotiation.
It was a negotiation. But me and you have to negotiate about my hour. We have to negotiate my hour. My hour has some terms and conditions, and it also has a price. You know what I mean? But it's up to me to give you that. Now, but if I'm asking for that respect, that's what we should have been sticking to from the beginning. When we lost that dignity, started begging and needing somebody for something. That's what a person can tell you, man, I give you 15 for your hour. Like your hour ain't worth something, like you ain't taking time away from your children in your house and all these things. That is very critical. Somebody want to pay you that chump change
to get on the hamster wheel.
Yeah, I can't do that, man. And I encourage man. People tell me who hang around me, but you make every time I come around, you make me just want to quit my job.
To be honest though, it should be like that. That means, hey man, my brother is setting an example on how it could be done and done the right way.
Sure.
Yeah, hey man, I salute anybody who in that position. I'm on my way. I know I'm on my way, but hey man, like again, I salute anybody. So before we get out of here, bro, what you want to lead the people?
Hey man, stay positive. Stay positive rather than do negative to you or that, man. The rewards are great because first of all, it does where it puts you in a great position because you didn't sow a seed of hate, so you don't have to eat from that seed. Secondly, man, it makes the Father proud. You know what I'm saying? So, man, always stay positive. Love conquers all hate. You know what I'm saying? Love conquers all hate. It don't matter. All my enemies that hated me when they was in the grave, when they ended up in the grave, I can't even. There's no more hate. It's no more nothing. It's no more this. It's no more that. So I see that type of lifestyle leads to a short life. So love more. Love leads to a long life, but properly love, learn how to love first. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to love first. Because love isn't in per se like when people say, oh, dangerously in love to where you can hurt somebody, kill somebody. Somebody who love you would never put you in a position to harm yourself or harm them. You know what I'm saying? So be positive, man. Stay positive because we're losing our life quickly over small situations. You know what I'm saying? So stay positive, man. Don't let them take you out.
Man, this has been the Deprogram Show with my brother, Beloved Daud. And let me put this on the table. He will be back. He will be back, and we will have many more conversations building. And I salute you, man. I appreciate you for coming on, my brother. Keep doing your thing. And before we get out of here, when is the album dropping? What is it called? And give the people your social media.
Man, it said the album called Patrick Jewing. And it's dropping November 17th, man, just in a couple days. And you can find me on the IG at Beloved, BELOVED _DAUD. Daud. Hey, man, check me out, man. Hey, follow the script. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Hey, man, salute. And what made me start laughing? Actually, Patrick Ewing used to be my favorite player as a child.
Okay.
So, and believe it or not, I got big feet. So when I was like 11 years old, I was wearing the 11. And I ain't wear Michael Jordans. So I had a pair of Patrick Ewings and caught a lot of ridicule for it. But now they selling for like 200. That's retarded.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
So man, I definitely be when it drop, I definitely get it. Again, when we get off here, I'm going to the website. You said 613splash.com.
Yep, 613splash.com. That's right.
Again, man, it was a pleasure having my brother on. He will be back. I'm R.M.J.R. Y'all check out Beloved Daud. Y'all heard the album. Y'all know where to find him. And we gone.